Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be our Algebra Essentials, Lesson 3, Algebraic Expressions, homework review, Part 2. And so a lot of what we did in Part 1 was just substituting in values into expressions and evaluating them, comparing whether or not the expressions were one larger or smaller than the other ones. We did some absolute value. We did some work with some radicals. And so here, we have the following. For question number 8, Smear believes that two expressions below are equivalent. Test values and see if you can build evidence for or against this belief. Okay, so we have in this case, we can take some numbers and try them out. And so our first thing, maybe try when x equals 0. If x equals 0, we would have 0 minus 3, 0 plus 8, which would give us negative 3 times positive 8, or negative 24. Here, we plugged in 0, we had 0 squared plus 5 times 0 minus 24. And so here, so we would have in this case 0 plus 0 minus 24 equals negative 24. Now, that works out for 0. We can try other numbers like 1. Let's try x equals 1. And so we have, here's a different color, so 1 minus 3, 1 plus 8, which will give us negative 2 times 9, or negative 18. And here we have, in this case, 1 squared plus 5 times 1 minus 24. So 1 plus 5 minus 24 gives us 6 minus 24, or negative 18. And so we can keep going on, plugging some negative numbers in, positive numbers in. But the tough thing in this case is that by just plugging in certain numbers, we may not be able to present enough evidence to show this is true. So instead, we're going to do some multiplication here. What we want to do is use distributive property and see whether or not if we were to multiply x minus 3 times x plus 8, would we get the value of x squared plus 5x minus 24? So I'm going to, in this case, make some space here. And the idea is that just like we did proofs, we leave the variables there, and if the variables, we multiply them out. So here we're going to employ the double distribution. So we have x times x, so x times x, and then x times 8. So if it works out, then with variables, it would mean that no matter what value we had, we would get the same exact thing, showing that these are identities. So we have negative 3 times 8. And so we have here x times x is x squared. X times 8 is 8x. And negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And then we have negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. And we're going to add all these values up. We see here that we have like terms between 8x and negative 3x, giving us 5x. And so now we add all the terms up, we get x squared plus 5x minus 24. And so the product of these two will give us the expression here. And so yes, if we set them equal to each other, we would have an identity. So we can use this double distribution method. We can also use something called the box method. Some of you guys might have seen this before. Box method multiplication, where we create a box using the concept of multiplication. Here we have on top x minus 3 and x plus 8 going downwards, and we multiply each grid, if you will. The x times x is x squared, x times negative 3 is negative 3x, 8 times x is 8x, and 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. We see the like terms here are 8x and negative 3x, and we should combine them together to get x squared plus 5x minus 24. Okay? And so we see that it does work out either way. There's more than one method of doing these things, so just wanted to try those out. All right. And then, this is question number 8. I didn't even do question number 7. I did it backwards. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 7. The revenue in dollars that Mousetrap Mondays makes off its videos is in a given day. Depends on how many views they receive. By the way, Mousetrap Mondays is actually a YouTube channel. I'm not promoting them and all. It's just, like any other channels, like I personally watch, this channel, Master Mondays. I also watch Den of Nerds, and a number of other videos. One other DFB, which is Disney Food Blog, because I'm a big Disney fan. And so these just on YouTube, if you watch enough videos, I guess once you're monetizing, which we are so not in that area, because we appreciate your views and we appreciate you coming watching us, ladies and gentlemen, to learn the material. And the goal is more learning than anything else. Okay, so with channels that get a lot of views, they actually make money from them. So but you know what? A lot of these channel stuff is a labor of love and things that they're kind of feel good about though. So for Mouse Mondays, we're going to use them example. So they make money off his videos in a given day. Depends on how many views they receive. If X represents the number of views in the hundreds, now very important because we read this carefully, in hundreds. Okay, then the profit can be found expression 1/2 x squared plus 6x minus 10. How much revenue would they make if their videos were viewed 600 times? So what happens in this case is that it's x number of views in hundreds. If there are 600 times, that would mean we have, in this case, x is equal to 6. Okay? X was the number of views in hundreds. So 6 hundredths. So now we substitute that into our expression of 1/2 times 6 squared plus 6 times 6 minus 10. And so we have here 1/2. Now I don't multiply, I do exponent first. So 6 squared is 36 plus 6 times 6 is 36 minus 10. I'm going to now multiply the 1/2 times the 36 to get 18 plus 36 minus 10. And now we combine addition subtraction from left to right. All right, so 18 plus 36 is going to be, I believe, 54. And we continue with minus 10. And so we'll get 54 minus 10 is 44. So the answer in this case is 44. So it says how much revenue they make. I guess in dollars, they make $44 for 600 views a day. All right, so that's possible. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your own channel and do something that people are going to really want to watch, that's fantastic. I do math. I'm working right now doing math videos, mainly because I want you guys to know how to do this material and get better. I know there's going to be some type of possible, to say, learning gap when it comes. We get back to in classroom. And so if there's any possible way that this helps you to make sure that you are caught up or have more knowledge of the material, then it makes me happy. And that's really the reason why I do this. No, so I'll make the full page. You want to see the whole thing. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you leave any questions, comments, and feedback in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Whether it's positive or negative, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know, like, hey, you did this wrong, and it'll help me to learn how to do this better. Again, the first job is a classroom teacher. This is not more so much a job as a project to help with my job and all when my students need assistance in learning and just can't make it online to watch online classroom. So hopefully this helps you guys. And so this is the end of the video. All right, make sure to watch out for lesson 4. That's going to be some important stuff. Even though, again, it's algebra review, it is still really important that you guys are sharp with this material. Thanks so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care and be safe.